You already know who is this. I am Carlos, the Colombian guy. Welcome to my YouTube channel once again. So welcome to another episode of my YouTube channel, and you know, like, beside the updates, beside the news, I also like to bring my humble opinion to different topics to the channel. And today I'm gonna create this video that is dedicated to all these people that for the longest they've been saying that Thailand and many other countries are way better than Colombia. By the time today, fine and married, beautiful and exotic women, and today I'm gonna speak the facts. I'm gonna bring few reasons about why none of these countries are way better than Colombia by the time to find they and marry beautiful and exotic women. So like I say, it's time to speak fast because I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers, content creators, business owners that they located in countries like Thailand, and they willing to compare Thailand and DR with Colombia. And let me tell you, like, why none of these countries are way better than Colombia by the time to find they are marry beautiful and exotic women in the world. So Colombia, when you talk about Colombia, like, I mean, it's difficult to talk about, like, you know, like where to find beautiful women in Colombia, because every state, every city is different. The woman that you see in Cartagena won't be the same woman that you will see Santa Marta in Barranquilla. They probably look like the same, but the culture is different. They way different. You know, like it's Colombia is like a bus of surprise. So everywhere you take a look, every city you will see is gonna be way different, and you're gonna find beautiful and exotic women everywhere. Colombia will give you everything you need if you know how to look, if you know how to discover, if you know how to move around. In Colombia, you will find all the kind of women, all the type of women that you are looking for. We have so many beautiful women, man, in town, for real. It's not because I'm Colombian. It's because, you know, like the culture, the diversity you can see. Like, you would be able to see a lot of beautiful and awesome women. If you want to see black women, you go to the Pacific, you go to Cali. If you want to see beautiful white girls, you go to Medellin, Bogota. Well, the women from Bogota, like, they had the reputation that they had no ass. You know, that's what I've been told. This is what I've been seeing, because I have a lot of members of my family. They've been living in Bogota for the longest, and they've been telling me this too. But you know, like, there is a lot of beautiful women over there anyways. So like I say, you know, by the time you can compare, you know, like, for somebody to compare the art in Thailand with Colombia, they had to show me, they had to prove me that when they come to Cartagena, they have been outside of the clock tower, and when they go to Medellin, they have been outside of Gerard's Park. Because a lot of guys, a lot of YouTubers, business owners, content creators, that they've been to Colombia, they've been to DR, they've been to Thailand, they only been, unfortunately, to the clock tower, to the Parque Gerard's when they go to Medellin, and the clock tower when they are in Cartagena. So you can compare, you know, like the women's, when you only been to all of these places that they full of working girls, kind of like working girls, you know, they're beautiful, all of that, but kind of like you know, like they won't be like the only scenario that you need to see in Colombia to compare, you know, like DR with Colombia and Thailand with Colombia. I never been to DR, I never been to Thailand, but I was reading about DR. DR is only a country that there is only like 11 million people there. Colombia is a country that we have like 50 million people now, and you know, we also had Venezuela. You know, a lot of Venezuelans in town. And brother, let me tell you this. One of the most beautiful women in the world are Venezuelans, no matter what. And guess what? Colombia is a country with the majority of Venezuelans in the world, because, you know, like, we are in the border, so it's more easy for them to come here and work. then go to other countries. You know what I mean? They probably come here to save money and go to other countries. But for now, Colombia is probably one of the countries with the majority of Venezuelans in the world. It means like, you know, we have women's, you know, we have women's guys, but there is a lot of women's, of course, you know, of Venezuela in Colombia. And this is what made, you know, like Colombia so difficult to all these countries to compete with Colombia, because like I say, you know, honestly, you know, like because of the nature, Colombia women, they already beautiful. They beautiful. Majority of the women that we have in Colombia, they awesome. They look like they're not from this world, but yes, you know, they are from this world and they are from Colombia. So like, you know, look, we already have material in Colombia before, and now, you know, Colombia is full of Venezuelans everywhere you take a look. So they kind of like, you know, helping Colombia to grow up in the level of beauty. Like I say, you know, you got to think twice before you can compare, you know, DR or Thailand with Colombia. I've been seeing a lot of videos about Thailand because honestly, I never been in Thailand either. And, you know, like I respect what people think, what people will express in the comment. But, you know, I've been seeing a lot of videos and like I've been seeing a lot of beautiful exotic women, but not honestly like in my country. A lot of guys, you know, they probably been judging Colombia for about what's been happening lately with foreigners. But honestly, fellas, this has been happening before. You know, like before, like all this, you know, people getting set up, you know, scoping, drugging with the girls. This is an old game in Colombia that unfortunately, because we've been getting a lot of more foreigners in the country, you guys probably now are seeing more cases. And, you know, now with all the technology, of course, you know, you will see a lot of victims, you know, more victims that we used to have before, because before we didn't have in Colombia a lot of travelers like we have now. Honestly, Colombia has been growing up in numbers like crazy. Cartagena has been going up crazy. They're trying to build a lot of hotels, a lot of Airbnbs. Like now, like the place in Colombia, like the neighborhoods in Cartagena, like they were not good for Airbnbs. Like they're doing Airbnbs. Like, you know, there is a lot of neighborhoods that are close to the airport that they are not considered, you know, like tourist place, but you know, like they've been doing a lot of Airbnbs over there because they know they can get some money there. But like I say, I'm not here to talk about Airbnb. I'm not here to promote hotels. You know, none of that. I'm just here to speak the facts. Like I say, you know, put your pants, set up your jeans, and think twice before you can compare Colombia with the R, you know, with Thailand. Hey, you know, it's gonna be a hard work, trust me. Like I say, you know, Colombia is not a country for weak people. If you weak, if you dummy, don't come to Colombia, because like, you know, Colombians won't have mercy with you. They can see the opportunities, you know, like when they see bad people, when they see foreigners in town, cities like Cartagena, Medellin, they will think, you know, like they are seeing like $1 million there, like a person, you know, like the option to fix all their problems. And if you give them, you know, the reason, you give them the opportunities of taking advantage of you, they will. But what I'm trying to say, fellas, is like this not only happening in Colombia. This happened everywhere, you know, like probably, like I said, probably, you know, like the girls in Thailand, they don't have this behavior. The girls in the yacht, they don't have this behavior. But, you know, like you guys need to understand, like everywhere in the world is different. You can compare, you know, because, oh, I can work free in the yacht, it's nothing's going to happen. But the yacht is the yacht, Thailand is Thailand, and Colombia is Colombia. Like I say, you know, probably the girls over there, they have better behaviors, you know, like the tourists, they can be safe, you know, they can feel even safer in the air in Thailand. But the time today, find, you know, exotic women, you know, Colombia is at the top for real. Maybe one country that can compete with Colombia is Brazil. Brazil, I've been seeing videos, you know, like there is a lot of beautiful women in Brazil. And I personally have a few friends that they've been down there, you know, to Rio and a lot of the cities in Brazil. They've been telling me, I've been told that Brazil has a lot of beautiful and amazing women. And also, you know, the Miss Universe can speak about it. The Miss Universe, you know, Brazil is at the top. Also, Venezuela is at the top. You know, that's like I say, you know, that's what made, you know, like all these countries who have a high homework, by the time they're trying to compete with Colombia, they are in Thailand, they are no better than Colombia. By the time to find beautiful, exotics, and amazing women, because, you know, like I say, we have like 50 million people in Colombia. We have the Venezuelan women's, and this is what made, all these countries to have a hard time with Colombia. So please, if your reasons are others, like you trying to recommend these countries because you benefits or something, just say that. But please, don't get it twisted, because Colombia is at the top for real in general. In the entire world, like Colombia has, like good reputation with the women. But like I said, like things won't get any better, if foreigners, that are coming to Colombia and they don't trying to, get dropped, get settled, with the girls, all of that. If they don't watch out their back, the government won't do it, because, we already had many problems in Colombia that the government is trying to fix. So they can set it up about the guy, behind of the tourists that come to Colombia, because they weak, they dummy. That's the reality, fellas. That's the reality. And like a lot of people, a lot of country, like Colombia is a country of will, a lot of will people. So you need to be ready for what's coming to you. A lot of fellas, like they never been in Colombia before, and how is the first time, they feel like they are in the paradise. Like I always put this example, they feel like they are in a candy shop. They are in a candy grocery, so that they can, like control themselves. They trying to just do, like they trying to move around like crazy. They trying to, date everybody. They trying to have, 10 girls who come over and many other crazy things. So if you move smart, if you know how to move, if you, if you find the right people in Colombia, man, you're going to find the most exotic women, the most beautiful women, the most amazing creation that you probably will see. Like I say, Colombia will give you everything if you know how to move around. But if you don't, please don't come to Colombia, because what you're trying to do is like, if something happened to you, you're trying to just, keep, like ruining the reputation of Colombia. But probably, this gonna sound a little weird for a lot of y'all guys. But hey, Colombia is doing way better than before. Trust me, by the time I'm saying that, fellas, and this made me glad, man, and it's sad when people don't realize that. We're coming from a long way. Colombia was basically, the mother of the drugs cartel. The biggest narcos are from Colombia. And this is a mark, this is a brand that we need to carry, everywhere we go. Everywhere you go in Colombia, we have this ugly and horrible reputation. But we're doing better. Trust me, we're doing way better than before. Way better than before. And a lot of people, they don't see that, because like I say, before when things was like that, no gringos was traveling to Colombia. Only the FBI members, CIA members, they were traveling to Colombia because they were trying to catch, all these people. But now, like we're doing better, and we have a lot of guys, coming to Colombia. This year, like it seems like Colombia. I don't know if it was Colombia. I don't know if it was just the country in general, or was just Medellin, that they received like 5 million travelers over there. I think so. It was like 5 million travelers. So let's say from this, like let's say 3 million, were from the U.S. And like for the numbers of people, like they've been dying. I'm not saying, like I'm trying to defend, I'm trying to put Colombia as a paradise, but for the number that people, like they've been losing their life because, like they've been trusting in the wrong people, that Colombians don't do that. We don't move how foreigners move in Colombia, and even it's our own country, because we know what's up, we know what can happen. So for the numbers of travelers that have been coming to Colombia, like the numbers of people that they've been dying, it's like almost nothing. Like I say, please don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Like I would say, probably the same kind of travelers that were coming 15 years ago, or probably 500,000 of them, they would have died. They would have got robbed in Medellin, Colombia. So, but people, they don't see that. The brothers, they don't see that. They just like to complain because, like foreigners, they've been losing their life in Medellin, this and that. But, like the reason why majority of foreigners, they've been losing their life in Medellin, you guys already know why. You guys already know why. They trusting the wrong people. They moving dummy. They've been doing some dummy stuff, and this is what you got. You got to watch your back in Colombia all the time. So like I said, this video is dedicated to all of these guys, all the YouTubers, content creators, business owners that they trying to put the Thailand at the top over Colombia. Hey, No way, brothers. No ways you guys can do that, because Colombia is a monster built of beautiful women. And like I say, everywhere you take a look, you're gonna find exotic and amazing women. And if you think it's not like that, let's do a live. I'm willing to do a live with all of these people, like they've been saying, like, hey, it's better and stuff like that. Because by the time you say that, you gotta know, you need to become an expert in Colombia, and you need to get out. Get the fuck out from the clock tower and from your aspire. Go to towns, go to different cities that I know, like, that you barely will see tourists there. So by that time, you can speak about that. But if you haven't done that, please don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. And like a lot of guys been saying, cities have been changing in Colombia. It's a neighbors and stuff like that. But Colombia has always been like that, fellas. Always been like that. This is like something new for a lot of people in Colombia. So that's why, paisas in Medellin, people from Medellin, sometimes they act like they don't need tourism over there. Because before tourists, they were doing, they were still working in Medellin. So, but they don't realize that, that this is a big mistake by the time they say that. But like I say, I understand the reason, but sometimes they say that, because before they were working without tourism. Now they got the tourists. So, like, this is something new for everybody in Medellin, almost everybody in Medellin, Colombia, and in Cartagena, Colombia, tourists, they've been coming here for a long time. So, for us, this is not something new. This is something that been around for a long time. But like I say, fellas, hey, like don't be trying to like say, like the art, Thailand, and a lot of this, even Peru. I mean, like, Peru is better than Colombia. Don't fucking say that. Like I say, I'm speaking about dating, finding married, beautiful, and exotic women. These countries can compete with Colombia, no matter what you guys say behind the screen. Like I say, a lot of feelings are gonna be hurt, but I don't care. I have to speak the facts. I have to say the reality, because the reality is only one, and the reality is like Colombia, DR, Thailand are no better than DR. DR is just an island. It's just a small little island, like, well, it's not that small, but it's kind of like look like an island, 11 million people. So like I say, I don't have something against all these brothers that they've been saying that. But I had to defend my country, by the time they saying things that are not right, because I know how it is. I know that Colombia, it's a beautiful paradise, but it can turn to the hell if you don't know how to move. You're gonna have a horrible and a hard time in Colombia if you don't know how to move. Again, Colombia is not for weak people. A lot of guys, they've been coming to Colombia, because this is something I've been saying for the longest though. You guys need to stop believing all these YouTubers. You can't be asking like this. Every time I see like this type of question, like, oh, which country is better to find a woman? Which countries, kind of, where can I find a wife? And stuff like that. Those are dummy questions. Nobody can tell you where you can find a wife, where you can marry a girl, like where you can date a girl. Like, this is a stupid and dummy question that you never will see a Colombian man asking those type of bullshit, because that's a bullshit. Nobody can tell you where you can find a girl, where you can date. Nobody can tell you, oh, it's in Colombia, it's in DR, it's in Thailand, it's in Peru, it's in Brazil, it's in the US. Nobody can tell you that, because probably, like, what by the time you're looking for, in Colombia, DR, Peru, your girl can be in Thailand. And same thing, by the time you're looking for women for your wife in Thailand, your wife can be in Colombia. So you gotta discover, explore as much as you can. Nobody can fucking give you a guide, a book about how to date, find, and marry a girl. Stop believing all these people. I got these people like, like they look like scammers to me, like it's funny because like we don't do that. Our country, we don't do that. Nobody can tell you that. Nobody can tell you that. Only God knows where he gonna send you the right woman to your life. So stop believing all these people. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I don't believe none of these people. I just laugh with me and my friends when I show them all these kind of videos. We just laughing about that. Guys saying like, oh, where to find your wife? How you can date, how you can do this, how you can do that. This is bullshit. Nobody can tell you. Nobody has the power to tell you where how and what time you need to find and where to find your girl. Nobody can tell you that you got it. This is a homework that you need to do by yourself. Nobody can push you in that game. So, like, stop believing all this guy that they've been saying all this bullshit. Like I say, a lot of guys, they've been feeling some type of way about Colombia because they've been coming here and they got a bad experience with a girl. They got a bad experience with a girl and they left the country. They got disappointed of Colombia. Oh my God, I thought Colombia was going to be different than the US, than Europe, than this. And like the women are the same. They got an attitude. They no feminists, they stuff like that. Like I say, you acting like a weak person. You've been like showing all these women that you've been weak. So you can try, if things don't work out for you in Cartagena, you can go to Santa Marta, Medellin, Bogota, anywhere where you feel like you can find, like anywhere that you feel like, you can have a different experience than Cartagena. Because like I say, I can tell you where you can find your woman in Colombia and nobody can tell you that. Nobody can even fucking tell you that. So trust me, by the time I say that. So like I say, a lot of guys, they've been disappointed and they go to DR. They got in love in DR, with the girls and stuff like that. They find the love with their life. They marry over there. So then they start talking bad things about Colombia because things didn't work out their way how they wanted in Colombia. So they blame Colombia for that. They say, oh, Colombia, DR is way better than Colombia, this and stuff like that. But trust me, no. This is dedicated, to the brothers, the past bros, the United States, people from the United States that they're traveling to Colombia today. Don't be believing all these people that they've been telling you that DR, is way better than Colombia, but the time to find date and marry beautiful exotic woman, don't let you tell them like Thailand is the same. Hell no. You guys been wrong for that, so wrong for that. And like I say, I speak the facts. So, there is a lot of brothers that they be, they got in love in the art. They got in love in the art. They started talking bad about Colombia. They got in love in Thailand. They got to start talking about Colombia. Instead talking bad things about Colombia. But ain't like that, man. Colombia will give you everything you need. Everything you need, Colombia will give you if you know how to move. You're going to have a great and amazing time. And now, I got to keep going with the celebration because now we are in the carnival season in Cartagena. So fellas, I gotta go dream, but hey, please don't be believing none of that because the Colombian guy speak the facts. See you soon, y'all. See you next time. Thanks for everything. I'm gonna left Cash App here if you wanna send me some. It's good if you don't, no problem about that, but don't say that Colombian guy is begging you for money. So see you soon, y'all. See you next time. This was Carlos, the Colombian guy. Boom, boom, boom.